I just liked it. It's called Greenwich Village of My Dreams. A rose in a stone, chariots on the West Side Highway, blues in the Soviet Union, onions in Times Square, a Japanese in Chinatown, a soup sandwich, a Hudson terraplane, chess in a Catskill bungalow, awnings in Atlanta, Lewiston Stadium in the blackout, Brooklyn beneath the East River, the waves pass over, the Battery in startling sunlight, Klein's in Orbach, Love on the Dole, Roosevelt not elected, Hoover under the 3rd Avenue L, Joe Gould kissing Maxwell Bodenheim and pulling on his pipe, Edna Millay feeling Edmund Wilson, Charlie Parker and Ted Jones talking in Sheridan Square Park, and it's cold, man. The Cedar Bar with cedars in it and autos crashing against the cedars. The Chase Manhattan Bank closed down for repairs to open as the new Waldorf Astoria. Lionel Trilling kissing Allen Ginsberg after great reading at the Gaslight. The Limelight changes its name to the Electric Light and features Charlie Chaplin as a singing, swinging waiter. Edgar Allan Poe becoming a dentist in the Waverly Dispensary and giving everyone free nitrous oxide. Lewis getting thrown out of Lewis's, San Remo stepping up to the bar asking for a wet martini, the Charleston on Charles Street featuring My Sister Eileen and the Kronstadt Sailors, Max Eastman and John Reed buying Gungawala hashish candy at the German Delicatessen on 6th Avenue and West 4th Street, tourists bringing pictures to sell to artists in their annual disposition, civilians telling cops to move on, coffee houses that sell brandy in their coffee cups, Eugene O'Neill insisting on coffee, John Barrymore in off-Broadway Hamlet, Walt Whitman cruising on McDougal, Ike and Mamie drunk in Minettas, Khrushchev singing peacocks, soldiers in a circle with a balalaika, everybody kissing and hugging and squeezing, Khrushchev and Eisenhower, a big fat kiss, the world in art, life a joy, the village come to life again. I wake up singing, I that dwell in New York, sweet song, bless my mouth, beauty, bless my eyes, song of the world, fly forth from dreams. How beautiful is love, and the fruit thereof. Holy, 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 a kiss and a star.
I love you too.
Lord Buckley said, the object of humor is to make sure you don't get killed before you die. And as they say on the hip-hop scene, yo, Tuli was really that way. And as prologue, this piece is called Camping. I wrote it waiting for Steve Dolashinsky for a weekly talk on the bench near a tree. So I wrote this dedicated to Tuli. It's called Camping. There used to be people who used to put crusts of bread under the pillows of people in Auschwitz. Nobody knew who they were, because if they knew, so would the Nazis. Now, you can put crusts of bread on top of pillows, and everywhere else. And no matter who sees it, it's okay.
Tuli birthday party is a totally great idea because Tuli will never die, so you can't really have an actual memorial. And I'm a lifelong fan of Tuli's. When I would come home from the reform school when I was 15, and they'd give me the one night a month where I got to go home, and then 1965 or 1966, I was 15, and all the kids who were smoking weed in central Connecticut, where I was growing up in that factory town, were fanatical Fugs fans, and we would just sit and, like, you know, the melting candle wax, you know, would like drip around the Fugs record. The cover of the album was totally filled with wax, but not the record. And when I came to Lower East Side and washed up on Lower East Side in 1967, of course there was Ed Sanders' P-Side bookstore, and I would see Tuli all the time, and I mean, of course I never talked to him because that was like way too much, you know, for me. But over the years, I became friends with him, and he was, didn't prepare anything. I'm just going to do this piece that Tuli liked, and just do a little bit of it. So I never thought I'd live in New York, because it was so, you know, dangerous and everything. And then I was like watching Seinfeld all the time, and you know how everybody in that show keeps running in and out of each other's apartment, they like never lock the door. And I thought, how dangerous is that? I could do that. And then I was like watching Friends all the time, and you know how everybody in that show like has a really big room and a really big apartment, and they all have a job at a cafe serving coffee, and I thought, well, how much could they earn? I could do that. And I, you know, never actually wanted to be an artist or anything like that, but I wanted to be artistic, you know, like Martha Stewart, you know, or like Monica Lewinsky. You know how Monica Lewinsky makes little bags? Did you know she makes these little bags? And I really love reading about the Beats, you know, the Beatniks. Oh my God, I love the Beatniks, you know, like Alan Burroughs and William Ginsberg, you know, and how they were always hanging out in French banks, and I thought that was so cool, you know, how they hung out in French banks, and that was, can you imagine, like how chic, I mean, a French bank, right? You know, and you know, like how, you know, because a lot of artists have this kind of love affair with poverty, but not the Beats. No, they were hanging out in French banks. I mean, can you imagine how chic? I mean, I'm totally into like brands like Prada, Miu, 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 Jimmy Choo, Jimmy Choo, Jimmy Choo. And like I never thought I could hang out in a cafe all day, you know what I mean, drinking coffee. But now I moved to New York and I go to Starbucks every single day. Isn't the furniture there cool? So I live on the Lower East Side. It's very multicultural, very ethnic. They call it LES. That stands for look, everyone's Spanish. But I live on the Lower East Side, but I'm saving my money so I can move to Williamsburg. Yeah, because like the Lower East Side is so over, the East Village is so over. I mean, it's all that failed artist energy, you know what I mean? Like everybody's like 45 and haggard, you know what I mean? Yeah, and like Williamsburg is so fresh. I mean, like, you know, it's like really, well, you know, it's like filled with artists because everybody's really young and arty, right? And so like, I really have to get out of the East Village because like, it's so political, I can't take it. I mean, all that, you know, all that conspiracy theory, I mean, it really drives me crazy. I mean, look, you know, if the government wants to tap my phone, it's all right with me. I'm not doing anything wrong. You know, if the government wants to take my civil liberties, that's what they should take my civil liberties. They should send my civil liberties to Iraq where people need civil liberties. I don't need civil, what do I need civil liberties for? I'm an American, I don't need civil liberties. Oh my God, and like, you know, like after 2000, like after like 9/11, you know, like things were like a little bit better because things were a little bit more organized, you know what I mean? I mean, really, I mean, if that's fashion, then I love fashion, all right? I mean, it was organized, you know? But then, you know, lately, you know, people started to complain again about the police killing people. Well, that's the police's job. Do you have a gun? No. Do you have a gun? No. Do I have a gun? No, it's not my job. And now the police, you know, now people are complaining about the police killing black people again. The police are supposed to kill black people. Not all the black people. Not the black people who went to college. The other black people, you know, the black people who won't go to college. Anyways, I love Tuli. Tuli is totally foundational in me, along with another pantheon, the rest of the pantheon of people, many of whom are in this room, who influenced me and who led by their example. And Tuli will never die. And that's the fucking bottom line. Thanks.